This is Kenya T. COVIAK, and welcome to Explorations in Herbalism, or Curious Herbalism. Tonight, it's been a minute since I've seen you, and first of all, I want to say I am happy to see you. Second of all, I want to say, what have you been doing? I haven't had my eye on you, and I don't know what you've gotten into while I've been gone. You're not just putting things in your mouth, are you? You're not just picking everything, touching everything, rolling around in thistle and stuff, are you? 'Cause I don't know. I mean, you've been unsupervised. Just saying. Well, that all being said, I want to talk a bit about some things that are important to me. And one of the things that's important to me and that we're going to focus on this podcast, this particular, is it a vlog? A vlogcast? Um, I'm worried about nightshades and the general communities. And that's not to say you don't know what you're doing, because most of you should know what you're doing if you know enough to pick it and know it's a nightshade. But a lot of you don't know what you're doing. Let's repeat that. A lot of you don't know what you're doing, and that's dangerous. A little knowledge can be a dangerous thing. A lot of knowledge can probably put you in a cold drawer if you're not careful. I need you to simmer down and take a step back because tonight we're going to talk about the ins and outs about toxicology. Well, not we're not going to get into toxicology. Remember, I'm not a doctor. I'm not a certified naturopath. I'm not a medical herbalist. I'm not a nurse practitioner, nor am I a pharmacologist. However, nor am I a doctor of Western allopathic medicine or traditional Chinese medicine. However, I know enough to not die in general, and I'm kind of concerned that you might not. Just some of you. Now, I said we're going to talk about nightshades this evening, and we are, but there are other toxic plants going around, and they're all in bloom right now. And I need y'all to calm it down a bit. You know, American nightshade is not going to hurt you. What will hurt you is misidentifying it. There's a lot of plants in the nightshade family, and some of them, yes, can kill you. A lot of them won't. It's important to know the difference. Now, if you run outside and see a plant with shiny, glossy black berries and all the markers and indicators of being a tropicbelladonna, well, I wouldn't recommend you decide to chow on down. Listen to the sounds of the fabulous one as you get down and chow tonight, because that's going to go badly. It's going to go really badly because they're toxic. Do you know about 3 or 5 of those could kill a small child, or at least harm them very badly? A whole handful, they're out here, but not the American. I'm talking about a tropicbelladonna. And another thing, just because it's not pink doesn't mean it's not a tropicbelladonna. There is a yellow strain of a tropicbelladonna. It's not pink, it's yellow. I'm talking about the flowers. So again, take care before you start eating it. There's another nightshade you may have heard of. It's called wood nightshade, or yeah, that's one of the nicknames, or bittersweet nightshade. You've probably seen it. It's the one that seems it's a vine. It creeps up in between your hedges or your bushes, or sometimes creeps up around your potato plants. It's got purple flowers, a yellow center. That's that bittersweet nightshade. It's got those glossy red berries. Believe it or not, you're not supposed to eat it. But you can eat it without dying, but you're not really supposed to. It's one of those plants that has some toxicity to it and should really be used in the hands of someone who knows how to use it, because it can be medicinal. There are some things you can do with bittersweet nightshade for it to be medicinal. I know you're like, well, I thought we were in a magical witchy show. You are, but I like to keep you alive. So don't get too upset. But again, but you can also have a really bad reaction to the bittersweet nightshade if you're not careful, even though it's not deadly in small doses. I'm not going to tell you how much you're supposed to eat because I don't want you eating it without talking to someone who knows what they're doing. But it can give you a really good run for your money because you will have the rugs. There's some more toxic things. It's not just the nightshades. There's another nightshade you may not have heard of. Nickname is Adam. It's apple of Sodom. Sound familiar? No. Okay. How about Carolina horse nettle? Have you heard of that? That particular plant is in the nightshade family, and it is toxic. And it'll poke you. Don't just pick things up because they're pretty. Matter of fact, that particular plant you want to get rid of as quickly as possible, unless you're using it for certain things. And guess what? It too is part of the nightshade family. Matter of fact, potatoes are part of the nightshade family. You know not to eat the eye of the potato, but did you know not to eat potato seeds? Yes, potatoes make seeds. Don't eat that. All of the things I've mentioned can be used in magical working. All of them have been used in magical working, but it's important for you to know what not to play with, what not to use, and if you are going to use it, how to use it. Simply having a poisonous part to it does not make a plant evil or unusable. After all, people who have small babies can actually get hold to an ointment that has a tropicbelladonna in it for the baby. So again, it's not that the plant's evil, it's just different. Now, right now, we are at the 7:45 mark. I want to take a quick moment for you to look at this. That wasn't so long. That was actually kind of quick. Now, that being said, and you got to see all those beautiful shows. I want y'all to check them out because they're great shows. You're missing out. Okay, so there's a few other things that I want to talk about, and I don't want to make it just about nightshades. But there's some other flowers blooming in season, and people are just, I don't know, y'all lost y'all mind. I don't know. But don't just because it's pretty doesn't mean it goes into a salad. Calendula is a great flower. It's beautiful, it's sunny, it's bright. You can eat it. And right next to it in my garden, there was a patch of morning glory. I don't want to eat that. Now, some of you may say, well, what's the worst thing that can happen? Don't eat morning glory. It's not good for you. It can make you very sick. Definitely don't eat the seeds. That's another kind of trouble. If you're going to use morning glory to take trips, do it with someone who's done it before. Someone who knows what they're doing, knows what to look for. I do not promote drug use. I do not promote plant use that could harm you. So therefore, to keep from being harmed, find someone who knows what they're doing before you do that. There's another flower out there that's blooming beautiful right now. You may know it as moonflower or Jimson weed. Every single year, there are people who seem to just expire because they decided that they were going to smoke and eat Jimson weed and its seeds. Don't do that. It's poison. Can you use it to do work and journeying? Yes, you can. Should you do it alone? No, you shouldn't. You can easily become overcome. And if you don't know what you're doing, and sometimes even if you do think you know what you're doing, it's just a one drop or one step away from just a little bit too much. You can't just take it because someone else said that their dosage was right. You have to look at your height, your weight, your physical condition, any medications you may any allergies you may have, any dysfunctions or diseases that may be in your body that you might not even know about. You can't just do what you want. That's what my daughter always says. You can't just do what you want. It's important before you start experimenting or dealing with certain kinds of herbs and plants and trees and vines and flowers and seeds that you know yourself. Know that, remember that old thing, that you should know yourself. And that the people that you're working with know you and you know them and you know those plants. Because they'll kill you, they'll take you right out of here. And they'll gladly grow on top of you if you're not careful. Another flower that's blooming right now is datura. Datura is beautiful. And most people get them confused with moonflower, which is very strange, but whatever. The leaves aren't that far off, whatever. Depending on what you're looking at and if it's real datura. But again, just because you can grow it, just because they sell it at the plant store, doesn't mean it's safe. If you were to get a handful of those seeds and eat them, you are gone. You're gone. If your child decides to eat those seeds, they don't even need a handful. They are gone. If you crunch them up and smoke them on something else, another kind of plant, because you heard that that's the way to take a trip, you may be gone. Remember that saying? Eat a little bit on the tour, eat a little bit, have a nice sleep, eat a little more, have a nice dream, eat a little more, don't wake up. That's real. And some people, you don't even have to smoke it. I remember myself, I was outdoors and there was the tour and the seeds wound up falling onto a smoking coal. And I could smell something was off and I started feeling dreamy. That is not what I wanted to happen. Not at all. I ran into the house and debated whether or not I needed to call the ambulance because I didn't want to die because I'm a stupid person who dropped seeds of datura on a burning coal. I was dreaming. I'm not going to tell you the efforts that had to go in to make sure I was okay because I don't want to encourage you to experiment thinking that it would be okay. If you do what I did, just know it scared me. It really did. I have respect for these plants. It's a respect for your name, or you may wind up seeing your name and becoming a pack. You may see your name on a t-shirt with wings and clouds. Seriously, this is real. Same thing with digitalis or foxglove. I see you. I saw it online. Calm down. You can't make your digitalis at home out of the foxglove safely. Leave it to the pharmacist. No, this wasn't a fun, a happy episode, but I'll be happy that you're here. Be careful, be mindful, be respectful of the plants and yourself, of your craft and of your elders, and be here next time on my Magical Cottage Core Life. Oh, that's not my Magical Cottage Core Life, is it? It's Explorations in Herbalism. You see what I did there? I did a plug. I made you curious. But nah, all jokes aside, I'll see you here again next time.